Welcome to the Unit 5 review. The US sends money to Central American countries like Honduras to help them resettle asylum seekers. However, it is unclear how much of this money actually reaches the people who desperately need it. By all accounts, not many resources are made available for the refugees, and it's fair to assume that the money is simply pocketed by corrupt officials. In other words, the US pays these corrupt officials to dump asylum seekers in their country who are then left to fend for themselves.
Pocket.
Pocket.
Fend for oneself.
Fend for oneself. On top of this, President Hernandez stands accused of taking millions in bribes from drug trafficking cartels. He allegedly said we need to push as much cocaine as possible up the noses of the gringos. The word gringo, of course, being a pejorative term for a non-Latino.
With this goal in mind, he allegedly used his country's armed forces to make sure that drug shipments went undisturbed. Pejorative.
Pejorative.
Although he denies the accusations, Hernandez has been under suspicion for some time. His brother was actually already arrested for drug trafficking in the United States, and it's long been thought to be a family business. Hernandez himself was also accused of election fraud, among other corruption issues. None of this, however, seemed to disqualify him from being an important ally to the US, as long as he went along with the plan to keep asylum seekers out of the US. Some people understand this, but others are asking whether it's time for the US to re-examine this relationship.
Right. Now, it's quite clear, despite everything, and despite the last 4 years, that a lot of people still want to go to the United States for a new beginning. Why do you think people want to travel to the US from developing countries?
I think that there's long been this idea of America, the land of the free,
yes.
And there's this great freedom that you can obtain by moving there to kind of make your new life. I know that it's probably particularly hard for immigrants
Yes.
Across the board, but there is still a possibility and a chance for kind of making a life for yourself that might be better from where you came from. So I think that's probably the draw. Some of it is probably just a dream, but there is still some possibility.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. It does still seem like the most attractive destination for a lot of people. It still has a huge job market. And there is still, in spite of all of its flaws, a lot of opportunity there. So yeah, why not head to the US if you're in that kind of situation? That's going to do it for today's lesson. We'll see you back here for Unit 6. Bye, everybody.